Bienvenidos al episodio número 11 del podcast 321 llamado los Nuyoricans. Hoy me van a acompañar dos jugadores que fueron pilares para la década del 2000-2010. Ellos son Joel Jones Camacho y Michael Watson. Este episodio es totalmente en inglés y esto es 321, nos fuimos. Este episodio es traído a ustedes por B Media.
Joel Jones, some people know me as Joel Jones Camacho, 14 years in the BSN.
Wow. 14 years? Goodness gracious. Yo, Michael Watson, man, 7 years, so half the time Joel Jones in the BSN.
Good, man. Y'all both came from the States. And what was your first impression when you got to Puerto Rico about the Puerto Rican League?
You want to go first, Mike?
Hey, man, my first impression, I remember like it was yesterday. I got off the plane, Butch Lee, Eric Fernandez picked me up, Rich Burgos picked me up, and we all went to watch Santiago in not the Coliseum, but it was right around from the Plaza de las Americas. Clemente. So we went to that gym, man, and it's my first time seeing the legend, man, seeing your brother play. He was killing, bro. I was like, who is this dude? And Bush was like, yo, he's a legend. Like, he's a legend. That's my first time just seeing a game, man. And then actually playing in it, I was surprised at how good everybody was. I was just in college, you know what I mean? And so I was still a college player. And so having to go out there and go against, you know, guys that I saw on the national team, you know, playing and stuff like that, for me, it was amazing just to be able, it helped me in college, helped me elevate my game a whole lot.
My first night, actually my assistant coach was Puerto Rican, and he's the one that contacted an agent out there, Jose Perez. And we got to Puerto Rico, and at night, just walking down East Love Red Layer, and I had no idea what I was about to run into. And we actually stopped at 2J's that night. Jerome was there just chilling. There was like about 5-6 people in there. And he was like, "Are you ready to go to practice tomorrow?" I'm like, I guess. I have no idea. Then we went to we went to Catania, and we went man, that gym was so hot.
That was your first practice in Catania?
In Catania, yep.
No, actually,
no, it wasn't the one near the water. It was the other one.
Oh yeah, the Beitilla, yeah, the big one.
Yeah, they're both hot, but and I just like, you know, seeing Jerome and seeing Frank and then Carmelo and Edgar and all those people, and I'm like, man, well, Edgar and Carmelo were, you know, legends. I was a kid, you know, out here in Cali, and I used to follow UMass because I know, you know, 2 Puerto Rican kids were playing for UMass, and it was just kind of surreal to me that everybody was kind of like it was a professional league, like these people actually did it for a living. I'm like, okay, well, shit, I can. If I just, you know, grind and hustle, I could do the same thing. So it was an eye-opener.
So whenever y'all guys got to playing, per se, like when you got to playing, how was that experience, and how was different this league from playing in college?
Way more physical. I was way more physical, and it was way faster. Like you don't get the calls like in the league, especially when you're a Nuyorican, like I was considered. And you don't get those calls, and I learned quickly like who everybody was.
I
learned quickly, and my first time playing in San Herman, I walked into the gym and everybody was doing like this to me, and I was like, "What
shit
is that?"
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
So I'm
banging
looking
on
back at them like, you know, so I'm like, "What the hell is that?" I didn't know who Larry Ayuso was. Like I knew who he was, but I didn't know who he was. Like,
what year was that? 01?
2002.
Okay.
2002, bro.
He was killing.
He hit, bro. I had 32 points. He had 50. Like, I mean, and every time he shot, the whole crowd would just stand up and go. I was like, what the hell is that? And Butch Lee made me guard him. He was like, yeah, you think you good? You got to guard this dude. And I was like, man, I don't care. He pulled that first three from 2 steps in front of half court, bro. I was like, oh, this dude is real.
Yeah.
But hey, the pace, man, like how it's a guard dominated league. So you don't have a lot of big men out there. The big men can even move. So coming from college, man, I was like, where it's a lot more space, the ticky-tack fouls. It wasn't like that in the BSN, boy. Like, it was rough.
Yeah. I always felt like my first scrimmage, because I came for spring break, so I was there for 10 days and practiced for a while, and I just felt like, you know, I felt like I was a lot more athletic than everybody else was, so I was moving easier. And my thing was, these dudes are big, I'm not going to let them touch me. So I was like, I'm not physical like them because I seen people, banging. I'm like, that's not me for at least first couple of years, so I can't hang. So I was like, I just got to get around them and, get by them, get up the court and get easy baskets. Then my first scrimmage was against Cowboys, and I had like 32, 16, and 8 or some shit. And I was like, well, this shit, I was like, this isn't easy. Like, why am I playing? Why is it so easy to me? And, preseason, that's a whole nother pace. So they were just chilling, and I was going hard. And then when I got back when I got done with my college season, I came back, and then my first game was against Arecibo. I remember I had 16. It was in Bayamon. And I was like, well, shit, I still feel good. And then the playoffs started coming around. I'm like, and I just stopped playing out of nowhere. I'm like, what's going on? Like, I thought you guys need me. And then you start thinking of the business side of the whole thing. Like, no, this guy has to play because he makes a certain amount of money, and they have expectations because it's an investment, right? And but I always felt like I could play at that level after a couple times. But then like Mike was saying, like, you run into these, like, every team has their superhero, like Larry or Richie Dalmau was in Maya West. And then we play against Pigolin and Clemente. I'm like, yo, these people are real, like, superstars out here. Right. And that was my thing. I was like, oh shit, okay, I'd rather just stay in my lane and just shut up because I'm young and I need to know my place.
And the basketball court, what were your strengths?
For me, it was definitely just being athletic. Like, being athletic, being able to shoot the three. I led the nation in scoring in college, so for me, scoring the basketball was second nature. And so when I went there, that's what Bush wanted me to do. He wanted me to score the basketball. So I think, just putting it in the hole, shooting threes, sneaky athleticism, I'm towards the end of my career, she calling me the microwave because I can come off the bench and just score buckets, you know what I mean? But like Joe said, like, I had to learn the politics of playing in the BSN, man, which I think, if I was like born and raised on the island, I think it would have been a whole lot different than it was being kind of, even though you're Puerto Rican by blood, my grandmother, everything like that. It was just, I was still treated a little bit differently, but definitely scoring the basketball.
My first time seeing Mike, just, my impression on Mike, it was like, damn, like, I've never seen anybody pull up that quick. You know what I'm saying? He would just, at his age, he was so strong, and like, he just never got tired. And, getting to the basket, and he never was really sweating. Like, he was just kind of like just coasting. I'm like, damn, this dude is like real deal. My strengths were definitely just getting up the floor, rebounding. My shot was inconsistent. When I was younger, I got better at it. Ball handling was solid. But I never got tired, man. I would just, I'm outwork you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get a rebound. I'm gonna get a putback. I'm gonna try to hit open three. I'm gonna, one dribble pull up, stuff like that. So I can't even watch game film on myself now because I'm so frustrated. There's so many things that
you could have done. It's like, what?
Man,
right.
I can't even, like, it just, I literally start putting my head down. So like, man, fuck this. I'm turning this shit off. But yeah, I just felt like nobody was on my level when it came to athleticism for a while. And then I got older. So,
which year will y'all say it was your best year as a player in the Puerto Rican League?
I think stats-wise, my best year was probably when I played for Humacao. Probably my best statistical seasons, 04, 05, because I was getting ready for the draft. I worked out for Boston, Detroit, the Lakers, the Bucks. I thought I was going to get drafted that year. So I was like playing up so much confidence, and like I was like, this is it. I'm about to kill these dudes out here. And I didn't end up getting drafted. But I think that was my best statistical year. I think my most professional year was probably 07 when we won the championship. Just how we meshed that season. How we played. I think everybody knew their role, and everybody like enjoyed and embraced their role that year. So it's like we did, Guayito, like we were the blouses coming off the bench. Me, you, Sammy, Sharif, like we took pride in that position coming off the bench because really we could have started on any team in the league, but we took pride in that. So I think that was my best professional season.
I'll say mine individually was my 2 years in Ponce. Scoring was easy for me. Mundi gave me the green light. In 2007, I got traded from Bayamon. I had a bad year in 2006 in Bayamon. That was my last year. I got traded to Ponce, and he just gave me the green light. And I was with Bobby Joe, and I was with Jeff. And those
Bobby
dudes,
Joe.
yeah. So I was with them, and it was like they sat me down. I remember we had like a dinner at Bobby Joe's house, and they're like, "Hey, man, like, just be you, just do whatever you want to do. You know, just go." And after that, man, I was just like, it was easy. In 2008, and Bobby got traded, and so I had a little bit more responsibility. And by the time, like, you know, at half, if I had like 17, 18, it was just something I was used to. And I was averaging like 24, 25 points a game. And I got hurt, and then I came back and I finished averaging like 20. But as a all-around player, I think 2009 in Quebradillas, when it was me, Marcus Williams, Peter, Sean Rededge, David Huertas, he was coming off the bench actually. Richie Dalmau was there. Yeah, that I was just like, I was in my peak when it comes to, like, you know, athleticism, the shooting, and everything kind of came together that year.
Richie was still playing, or he was a coach?
That was his last year. Like, he got hurt his like first couple games of the season. Like, he tore his calf or something like that. And then that's how David actually got getting the starting lineup. And then Richie came back in the playoffs, but it just wasn't it wasn't the same. It just Omar didn't really trust him because he was like, you know, he didn't play all year.
Yeah.
Yo,
yeah.
Richie had hair. I never knew Richie could grow his hair, bro. Did y'all know that?
Yeah.
I know Richie.
Seen him with hair. I know Richie. Like, I know Richie since it was like I was little. So
I had no idea he could grow his hair, bro. Like, I was like, I didn't recognize him when he grew his hair. I was like, your hair, you're not bald? He was like, no, man, I just keep my hair low for the season. All right, my bad.
No, but I interviewed him like a couple of weeks ago, and he had full hair,
that's
man.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. But Richie, if it wasn't for the injuries that he had, he would have been a monster, man. Richie had the body, the height. He was left-handed.
Big man game. Big guard.
He was just poised, man. Like, my first year, 2002, we played him. Remember round robin in Maya West, and he was just him. It was when him and Bebe first got to Maya West. Like, this dude showed no emotion and was just killing.
He was a 6'5" point guard, man. Like, you don't see that in Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he had tricks too, man. He had a lot of tricks.
What were the best memories y'all had playing in Puerto Rico?
He started. I was wondering. I was like, I'm gonna try to hold my laugh, and Mike beat me to it.
Shit! Which you talking about, on the court? Or off
the court? On the court. First on the court.
Best memory, I think, definitely is winning championship in Santurce. That was because we made the finals in 2006. You know, we lost to Caguas, which I think I was stunned that we lost to them. Like, I was shocked that we lost to Caguas. We had JJ on the team. You know what I mean? I was like, this is the year.
I remember that.
I remember that. Oyedeji, Olumide Oyedeji.
Big old. And we had home court advantage.
We had home court. Like, I was like, yeah, we're gonna win. So I'm ready to celebrate. I think we celebrated too early. So I'm ready to celebrate. You know, Floor was playing you and me a whole lot though. Like, he was playing us a whole lot. Like, and then, like Joel said, they went to the money guys. Like, yo, who's the guys who's supposed to be playing? And we ended up losing that series. So 2007 though, man, like, it just all came together. I actually got hurt in 2007. I tore my MCL, so I was out for like 4 weeks. But I came back right before the playoffs. And I think that just that we had Tony coaching, and then Rolando was helping them out. So I think that was the best memory, man, in that parade that we had through Santurce, through San Juan, man, through Lorraine Torres. Like, that was like the most beautiful experience for me. And I look back at those pictures, man, we see Tractor in those pictures. You know what I mean? Like, that, to me, that's the best, probably my best moment in professional basketball, period, though.
Jordan.
Best experience in Puerto Rico, or
in Puerto Rico, yeah.
In Puerto Rico, the league, man, shit. I'd honestly say the first time, not the league, but just actually being on the national team for a tournament. That was weird. It was 2004 Central Basket, And then like I'm not really realizing that actually people travel to go see, you know, their country play. So I'm thinking we're in the Dominican Republic. I'm thinking, oh, it's gonna be empty gym. And then we're running down the bleach, the thing, and then all these flags, and I'm like, yo, it just goosebumps. I'm like, man, that was crazy, and I was so light. I just felt like I was just flying during warm-ups, and then I didn't play and shit.
Reality check.
Nah, actually, that day I did play because it was like, you know, the first games you play against like Antigua or some shit.
Yeah.
Small ass, yeah. But in the league, I honestly would say Quebradillas was a great experience. Quebradillas 2009, and we were just rolling. I remember one time we were beaten by Amon by 50 in the first half, and I was like we just the chemistry was crazy. Like Marcus Williams as a point guard, probably one of the best point guards I ever played with, and he would just make the game easy for me. All I had to do was just get out there and run, get my feet set. You know, give me shots and just do all the little things. But I said my best experience was I like that finals, even though we lost against Bayamon because we fought. And
y'all have home court, right? Yeah, because y'all lost in Game 6, I think.
Yeah, in Bayamon. That was when Christian was a monster.
Yeah.
But I think like that was a fun series because it was like we were battling, and I felt good that series. You know what I mean? So I say, you know, my whole Quebradillas experience, the 4 years there, that's a whole another monster, man. But
Marcus Williams didn't finish, right? It was Washington.
Nah, man. It was Cliff Hammond.
Oh yes, the lefty. Yeah.
Yeah, he was solid. He had a couple game winners, but
y'all floor was the fucking worst in Quebradillas, bro. 09, we played y'all there.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm talking about the new arena, bro. Like that motherfucker was so slick. But do you remember how many times we slipped in 09 when we played that?
Are you serious? Why you think?
I played with Arecibo. I played with Arecibo 09.
No, but he wasn't at Arecibo. He wasn't in Santucci.
We played y'all for that cup they played between Kevin and Arecibo. It's like a big ass cup.
Yeah.
A big ass. So, dog, we slipped all over that floor, bro. Like, I never forget. I don't know how you don't remember. It was the worst goddamn court. It was like playing in Catania. It was horrible, bro.
Man, I don't even.
Y'all air wasn't working. I don't know what the hell was going on that game.
It was probably packed though because shit got hot.
That's what it was. Yep. I never forget it.
Yeah, Marcus was tough though.
No, he was.
He was nice.
He was one of the toughest guys I've ever had to guard, man. He was, and he had the green light. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the league, like he do whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
And he was a lefty, and he was
shifty.
He had that swagger, man. Yeah.
Yeah, you know he didn't like Christian, right?
Oh, I had no idea. I never talked to him, so.
Yeah, he didn't like Christian. We played him in a preseason game, and he was like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's Christian Dalmau, man. He's a legend out here, man. Like, he has a brother named Richie, brother named Bebe." He's like, "Man, fuck that dude, man. Something about that dude, I don't like him." And then he was like, "We play him today?" I was like, "Nah, we play him." And I think that's why we were up by 50 at half. We was just going at him, and then I'm like, "Shit, Marcus leaves, and we get handed the L in the finals."
Payback.
Yeah.
Yo, in which year y'all retired and why? Why did y'all retire?
Oof.
From Puerto Rico, it was 2010 for me, and I had Achilles heel spur, and it just wouldn't heal. I wouldn't heal for anything, literally. And it happened in 2009, but I came back in 2010, tried to rehab it, and I even went to get a procedure done on it and everything, and it just wouldn't rehab for nothing. It ended up just ending my career. That was it. I couldn't come back. I couldn't practice. Like I could just play. I couldn't practice no more. So I was like, it was a wrap after that.
I had no idea. 2016. 2017. In March, we came back from Liga Las Americas, and I had I almost died. So I had a heart condition, ventricular fibrillation. So something similar to like Hank Gathers or Reggie Lewis. So I almost passed out on the court, and then I got a defibrillator, actually. So I had a heart condition, ventricular fibrillation. So I had to retire.
That was the year after you won the championship, right?
Yep.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was tough, man. I signed a deal too in like November, a 3-year extension. I was like, shit, up until till now, like 38, 39, I would have played, but yeah, I had to retire, man. The owner was actually at the practice when it happened, and he was like, yeah, we gotta let you, get you checked out. So yeah,
that was in at the gym.
That was in practice. Yeah, that was in practice. The coach said.
Okay. Out of all the coaches that were with y'all in Puerto Rico, which one do you remember the most?
Oh, mine is most definitely Bush Lee. Bush Lee, because he's the one who brought me down to Puerto Rico. He's the one who made the call to my college coaches and did all the research to get my mom and my grandmother's birth certificates and all that stuff, man. And just making me comfortable being down there. I didn't even know you could be down there while you were in college. I had no idea. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, man, you need to come down here. Like, as soon as the season ended on March 7th, 8th, the 9th or 10th, I was on a plane in Puerto Rico for Thursday through Sunday games.
And
I was
came as a junior or you came as a senior?
I came as a sophomore.
Oh, I came as a sophomore.
I came as a sophomore in college. And I was man, come on, bro. Fly out. I was making $400 a game, like my first year, $400 a game. So I would go down there and play 3 games, come back with $1,200.
Yeah, you did.
Cash my check and come back to Kansas City, bro. I was what? I come back Kansas City Monday to Thursday for class, and I'll fly right back down to school ended in April after finals, and I would run there for the whole summer. But Bush Lee, man, because he let me play my game. He's like, look, man, you a scorer. I know you want to project as a point guard, but you a scorer. Come down here and score. We were talking about earlier off camera, playing with Ryan Lockridge and Big Joe White, you know what I mean, Ismael Caro, you know what I mean, and I just get lost in Puerto Rico. I would just drive. I would take the car and just drive up and down Isla Verde until it ended. I just got lost myself in the project. And I would just be like, where am I at? You know what I mean? Like, just trying to figure out where I was. I knew how to drive to Carolina to the mall. You know what I mean? Like, I just, so I would just go just figure it out, man. But definitely Bush Lee, man. He's still probably one of my favorite coaches.
I would say coach that had the biggest impact on me was Flor Melendez. 2005, Frank Weston gets hurt. Like the second game of the season, he breaks his wrist. And I'm talking to him like, hey, what do you need from me? Like, what do you want me to do? And I guess he liked that. And I just hustled, man. Just hustled. And I remember one time, like everything, that year was pretty good. I don't know if you remember. Guayito, Ernest Brown.
I got hurt, but we went to the finals. Yeah. Yeah,
and it was me, Ernest, Peruco, Bimbo, FIFO. We picked up FIFO late because I think that's when you got out. Sure. Alvin.
Alvin Cruz.
Yeah. We were just going.
Ivan Lopez, Melvin. I don't think Melvin Simon was there. Melvin?
And Big Mel was. Did you know Mel, Mike? I think he was in Carolina or something, not?
Who was this?
Melvin Simon.
He was a cool dude.
Nah, I ain't know Melvin Simon. We had Lee Benson.
The big difference.
We had Lee Benson. Hey, Lee Benson, boy. You never knew which Lee was going to be there, bro. You never knew which Lee was going to show up, bro. Hey, I used to love playing. Lee was crazy.
He was talented.
Oh, my God. He was. He could ball, man.
I have an RC. When he was in RC, I have a story about that. He gave us like 50-something and 25 on a back-to-back. Like the next day, the second game, we played him. And he kept running. I'm like, yo, like, yeah. Somebody told me, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
He just go. He just goes.
He didn't look like he could play.
His motor, his motor was crazy.
But, yeah.
But,
he was.
But
so you're gonna say Flor?
Yeah. So Flor, like, I remember to a point where like I knew I wanted to get real serious about it because I was doing pretty good, and I remember it was in Ponce. I don't know if you remember this, and me and Bimbo did something wrong, and he called a timeout, and I know like he started like he was always in my face. I'm like, man, just back up, like back the fuck up, like I'm out here, I'm trying. And he asked a lot from you, and he looked at me and Bimbo. He's like, I feel in Spanish. He's like, I feel like punching both of you right now, right in the face. I said, do it. I said, do it. And he looked at me. He's like, and it was like 15 seconds of just awkward silence. And we get up, and then the timeout's done, and we're just staring at each other. And then I was like, yo, I had to say something to this dude, or he's just gonna keep You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was kind of respect, like, and then he wasn't there in 2006. Miguel Mercado came, but he was like, probably, most influential for me.
He traded for me at Humacao. He traded for me to Santurce. Flor Melendez did. And I remember him calling me. I remember Ralph Menard, my agent. And Ralph was like, yo, Flor Melendez on the phone. I was like, Flor? Because I knew who Flor was. I was like, what? So he was on the phone. He was like, you want to come to Santurce? I was like, hell yeah. I want to come to Santurce.
Yo, it's a big difference between Humacao and Santurce.
Yeah, get me out of here.
Hey, I've been trying to go to Humacao since I got to that mug, bro. I was like, there wasn't no air in that gym. It was every day, boy.
Small ass fucking floor.
Small. I mean, we had Calcaño. Calcaño was cool, though. Calcaño was cool, but I was like, I'm trying to get to the big. That's like going to the Bulls right
there. Yeah.
Hey, which team had the toughest fan base?
Woo. Damn. What year? I mean, shit.
Fan base? That's a good question. Who you got? Go ahead, Joe. Who you got?
As a player?
Yeah.
Or as visiting?
As a visiting, yeah. As visiting, yeah.
Like
as a player is Bayamon, no doubt about it.
Bayamon was tough. My 2006 season, man.
Trust me.
It was bad. Though. It was bad. Like
as a visiting.
2002, I played one time in Quebradillas. That shit was tough. Like fans right on your fucking neck.
In the O one.
Yeah, that floor to me was slippery because of logos and everything, and the humidity and stuff. I say Quebradillas, and then like later on, I always had terrible games in Arecibo, man. I always had
in the new one? Terrible game.
In the new one. In the old one, we were good. I always had bad games, and the fans weren't really tough. I had terrible games there, and Bayamon was tough, kind of, but I kind of knew the whole setup because I played there.
Yeah.
I love playing in Bayamon. I love playing in Bayamon and Guaynabo, and I hated playing in Cuamo. I hated playing in Cuamo because the trip to Cuamo, first of all, was the worst. And then it's like nobody wants to be there anyway. It was always a terrible game.
True.
It was always a terrible game. And then the next had to be Quebradillas. Quebradillas, I swear, it was like playing in Belgrade in Serbia because they throw stuff on the floor. Like they would just wow. But here in Guayito, know this one, the wildest fan experience we ever had was in Fajardo.
Oh, Fajardo is one of the toughest places, yeah.
2008, we had a bang out there. Me and Tractor Trailer.
07, when we won. 07.
Was it 07? Well,
yeah, when we won the championship.
We had a brawl in Fajardo. Come on, a brawl. Like, I'm talking about, we fight, we pulling people out the stands.
Oh, shit.
It was like that. It was like that.
That was game three.
They kept calling us
in a series?
Yeah,
they kept calling us monkeys. Me and Tractor, they kept calling us monkeys. Wow. And so after the game, this was at the end of the game, I was like, I'm gonna get you. And Tractor was like, who are you talking to? I'm like, that motherfucker right there. Like, and so we shaking hands. I just veered to the back, and Tractor was right behind me. I snatched up out the stand. Tractor was like, dude, we up in the stand. So I got suspended. For a game. Tractor just got fined. They was not going to.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
No, especially in the playoffs, man.
Nah, not in the playoffs, bro. But we had
that was the only game we lost. In the semifinals.
The next game, Angelo called like his dudes from the projects, and they were sitting behind our bench. It was like 20 little gangsters sitting behind our bench.
Yeah, with all the fanny packs and shit. All fanny packs. And Jordan hats.
Jordan hats. Just hanging out like this. Like I wish something would pop off.
Yo, after that game, they were throwing like pepper spray. They pepper sprayed us. The whole it was crazy, man. I mean, it was a brawl. And I remember, I don't know if it was you or Sammy that grabbed the ball from the scoring table, threw it to somebody. I think it was Sammy.
It was Sammy.
Okay.
Started shit, huh? Hey, real quick, Carolina in 2009 semifinals. It was something similar to, like he said, just your goons all behind the bench and shit like that. And we played in Carolina. We won in Carolina. And we had to run to the locker. Yeah, we had to run to the locker. They were throwing shit at us. Then we got in they had a helicopter going over us to guide us out. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
What?
Higher security and everything. I parked my truck at the mall. And then we went in the van, and then they dropped me off. So I already knew it was
Yeah, it was going down.
Yeah, it was fun though. That was fun.
Yo, Carolina was tough, man, to play at.
It was.
The fans were tough. But that one in Fajardo, I remember that we won game 4. And when Mike was talking about, we went back to Fajardo game 5. I mean, we were up 3-1. So we were already 3-1. There wasn't that many people in the stands, but there was because we were already 3-1. We were about to go to the finals.
Yeah.
But those guys, they weren't at the beginning of the game. They came in after the first quarter. And I remember Puruco was there because they were all from Lloren Torres.
Yeah, sure was.
I remember in the middle of the game, man, there was a silence. Like the whole crowd just nobody said nothing. And we were looking around and there was 20 of them coming in and sitting behind our bench.
Right. You remember, I knew I wasn't tripping.
Yo, and that was when they realized that, it's over, man. We're not getting out of here. We can't fight. That's the only way they beat us. They were fighting and shit. But after that, it was over. We won that game and we went straight to the finals. But yeah, I do remember that game. Which was the best court to play at? I know you mentioned a little bit, but the friendliest rims that you love to play at.
Go ahead, Mike.
Friendliest rims, man. For me, it was Isabella.
Oof, Isabella, man.
Isabella was the friendliest rim. I don't know why.
They were 9 feet, yo. They were
That's what I'm saying. I felt like I was walking on water when I played at Isabella, bro. I'm telling, I was that was the first. It was the second place I ever played on the road as a rookie was in Isabella, and I had 22 points. I was just balling. I was like, oh, I love it out here. I love it. I think Isabella was the friendliest rims. I think my best place to play was Guaynabo. I love playing Guaynabo.
Go ahead.
Guaynabo, Ponce. Ponce was tough. I like Ponce.
I hated Ponce.
I like Ponce. Ponce was good.
San Germán, man. The friendliest rims, I think it's San Germán.
Yeah. I always shot well in San Germán.
The old Cavs.
Yeah.
Old Cavs.
I didn't play that game. I played, but I didn't play. I was a rook. I didn't play at all that game. I would say I would say San Germán. Yep.
Yeah, San Germán. I don't think there's any court that can beat San Germán's rims, man. Whenever they switched those rims, we all knew. We all noticed. We were like, whoa. What's this? What happened here? But who was the toughest player to guard in the league?
Shit. The toughest player to guard besides Larry Ayuso, to me, was
of screens.
FIFO?
To me, it was FIFO because he had a way of using screens. He had a way of coming off pick and rolls, bro, where he was gonna punish you, either with a pass or with a shot, off those screens. But the hardest to guard, just having to run around, was Larry, because Larry just never stopped moving, and he didn't need that. Yeah, he didn't need that much room to shoot, so he was difficult to guard. You know what I mean? Off just the bounce, off with the dribble. I don't know if it was. I don't know who was the hardest to guard. I don't really know who was the hardest off the bounce like that. I think it was between Larry and Larry and FIFO.
Go ahead.
I mean, not FIFO. Yeah, FIFO Rivera, right?
No,
Carlos.
No, no, I'm not talking about Carlos.
FIFO Vega. FIFO last name is Vega. FIFO's the one that played with you in Carolina.
No, not him. I'm not talking about him. I'm tripping. Why am I calling this dude FIFO?
What team?
He was on your show not too long ago, Guayito. Black dude, black Puerto Rican, but
point guard.
Point guard. Mm-hmm.
Escalera.
Roberto.
Bobby Joe. Oh, Filiberto.
Filiberto.
Oh, Philly was fast, man.
Philly. That's what I'm thinking of. I don't know why I call him the FIFO. Yeah,
okay.
No, Philly. Yeah.
Okay,
he was the one off the screens. It could punish you off the screen. He was difficult to guard for me.
Okay. Go ahead.
The toughest part off screens for sure, Larry, because he knew the game plan was just get Larry the ball. So it's shit, you got to realize, when you guard Larry, it's yo, my offense is going to be shitty today because I'm going to be fucking running around.
Yeah. And he had the greenest light, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no shot was. His confidence was just crazy. I never seen anybody in Puerto Rico with that type of confidence. I like playing against Bimbo. I never had a hard time playing against Bimbo. I felt like challenged with Bimbo because he was physical, and then like we just kind of would go at it, but kind of was a mutual respect. I like going against Bimbo. But the hardest to guard, shit. Damn. Vasallo was tough. Vasallo was, but he was another one where you get a bunch of screens. But when I was getting older, he was still like, he was still young.
Cassiano.
There we go. There we go. What are we thinking?
I was tripping. That's total disrespect on my part.
Yeah, it is. I'm like, who? Yeah.
But you play against Cassiano, Mike?
Yeah. My first 2 years, bro.
Yeah.
Who was he with? Ponce?
He was with Ponce, then he was with Mike West. Bro, I was like, who the fuck is this dude? I didn't know who he was. Like, people was like, that's Eddie Cassiano. And I'd be like, all right. But I didn't realize until I was like, this motherfucker don't miss. Like, I was like, he did not miss. That's just, I don't know how I even think about him so right. So you to know,
because I'm thinking of him as a coach. Woo. I'm thinking of him as a coach, and like I'm like, I remember being on the bench my rookie year in Ponce. In Bayamon, probably sitting next to Guayito, and we were on the side of the bench, right? And he did something where he curled and then he flared, right?
That was in 02, yeah.
But he flared, right? But he didn't flare the wrong way. Do you remember that? Hey,
what?
He caught it and went to his. He went this way. He didn't catch it and square up. He caught it and did an over pivot and a fade away from the corner.
That was in the finals. That was in 02 finals.
Dog, he shot it and twisted and looked at the bench and smiled.
Yo, that was the game. That was the game that.
You remember that shit?
That Miguel Mercado got fired. That was the game because.
Oh shit.
Because it was in the finals and Cassiano had like 30 a half. And we went to the locker room down by 20 or something, and he said nobody in Puerto Rico can guard Cassiano. That's our coach talking. He's like, nobody can guard him. And then we lost that game, and then after that game, the owner got rid of Miguel for saying that. But yeah, I remember that. He came off a curl and he went the other way and shot it. And
he smiled.
Cassiano was tough, man. Cassiano was tough.
I don't know how we forgot.
He was lefty. He had no handles. He had no handles at all. But he would go straight up and down. And
no, but when he got to the paint, his jump stop was crazy. His jump stop, and like he would like stop, shot fake, and pivot, and fade. Yeah, kick the fuck out of you off a three, and get the call.
He always kicked you off that three, bro. He kicked the hell. I'm like, how am I getting caught for this foul? And he kicking me. I used to be so pissed, bro.
Yeah. You'd be standing there like this.
Yeah, like I'm like, what are you talking about? He like 22. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, it's Eddie though for sure. Let's forget about anything, because the thing about it is like he'll come off the screen and then he wouldn't get a pick. Like he wasn't really pick and roll guy. He would like just jab you and be moving his feet like this while he's jabbing you, and he'll just be like, boom, and just take one step and a big ass step back. I'm like, I can't get there. Like the separation is just too much.
There's no way, yeah. And the thing is, he'll step back, and then when you think you got him, like he'll pump fake, and that's a foul. So he got all the moves. Like there's not many Puerto Ricans doing used to do what he started. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
that's true.
And he got all the calls. I mean, he had all the calls. Yeah. So he was tough. He was tough. And who was the player that whenever that person guarded you, you said you saw that basket and you're like, oh, I'm gonna have 50 today.
Ooh, you want the disrespect question, huh?
No, I mean y'all retired. So how?
It don't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter now.
Damn, I can't do that to my guy.
I know Mike had 50. Had like 30 against me that first time, but in Carolina.
Oh yeah, you remember that?
I remember, man. They were saying like, "Yo, you got Michael Watson." I'm like, "Who the hell is Michael Watson?" I don't know who that is. So he had like 30, man, like 30, and like Joel said, that quick ass release, and he was tough. But I'm not sure if I'm the one that Mike's gonna mention.
No. I think mine, and I can't remember his name, but he was a little chubby guard for Caguas.
Garcia.
Josué Nieves?
Jonathan Garcia.
No, Garcia. Jonathan Garcia.
Oh, you knew he was going at him?
Every time I saw him, I was like, please have me on the floor with him every single time. I don't care what the fuck the play is. I'm about to go get a bucket. Like every time, because he would jump. He would jump at you. Like he didn't slide his feet. He would jump and lunge like him, and then Omi De Jesus. Like
I hated playing against Omi, man.
Omi was so dirty. Like he was so dirty. I used to play with him at Umakai 04, 05. I played when he was so dirty. He taught me so many little tricks.
Yeah, he was sneaky too. He was sneaky, yeah.
He was sneaky, but I hated. But I used to love playing against him because I started using his own little tricks against him. But it was definitely Garcia for me, bro. Like I was like, oh, I'm about to at least have a good 10, 12 in this first half.
Like, or at least 25 shots.
At least, bro. Like you knew what time it was when I was getting the game.
I'm waiting for Joel's answer.
I would say a person that just couldn't keep up, and he would literally tell me like stop moving around so much would be Joan Villegas. Joan used to be like, hey man, you know, just chill out, man, chill out. I'm like, as soon as he said that, I was like, I'm going at you, like, and I'm coming off screens and I'm skipping and I'm like, I'm pulling up, I'm doing all that, and I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna rebound and just keep the ball and just go. Because I know he didn't want to keep up with me.
That was Joe in San Germán or Joe in Cuamo?
Both, wherever he was at. I just knew it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have a good game. I knew Vasallo was gonna I knew the teams that I was on when I was in my prime, that they were gonna let me shoot, and it was gonna be a shootout with Danny, with Vasallo. Didn't kill him like that, but I just knew I would get mine. So who else? I'll say that's it. I know who used to foul the shit out of me was Sammy. Sammy thought he was locking me up. I'm like, bro, you just put like, you know what I'm talking about? He thought he had this thing over me. I'm like, nah, dog. Like, because I guess, you know, he could shoot, and he used to get up and dunk, and then I came and then something like, you know, like he was just pushing me. Yeah, even dog, you just pushing me. You're not playing D.
So, do y'all have somebody that will lock y'all up, actually, or no? That you hated playing against him? Like, be like, man, it's going to be a tough night today.
Chamo. That was, for me, it was Chamo. That was because he was
in Guayama.
In Guayama, he was so fucking strong, bro. Like, it's like he would bear hug me. Right? Like, God damn.
Yeah, he was strong.
He was just so
He's
fucking
still strong. He's still playing, though.
Like, he's still playing?
Yeah, he's in Guaynabo, I think.
No, he's so strong. So it was him, and I used to hate playing. It's not like he had great defense, but he was just sinking. He used to just punch me and shit. Was Bimbo Carmona?
Yeah,
Bimbo Carmona.
He would try.
He would rib shot me and shit, man. Like he would frustrate me, bro. Like, cause he knew I was coming out. I was faster than him, but he would get called. Bimbo got calls too, especially when he was in Carolina.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he got calls, bro.
Yeah, he did.
So that's why I would say, yeah, they were. So that's why I would say them too.
They used to respect him, and he used to rough me up. And I wasn't really off the dribble like that. It was Christian. Yeah.
Damao?
Whenever you see me, he was like, he knew he could rest that game. He could just like, you know. And he was a point guard. And I guess my teammates thought, oh yeah, he's locking them up. Like, nah, like he just MJ rules with him. Like he was just, you know, like he had his own thing. Like the rest we respect him, and my guys would be like, all right, Joe's not gonna play today.
Whenever he fouled you, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he's strong as hell, man.
He would foul you and help you up, though. He would foul you and be like, here you go, come on. Like, you just threw me to the ground. What are you talking about? Come on, Mike.
He actually got me Poland. He actually got me a job.
Oh, he did?
He told Jose Perez, me and him were always cool. He told Jose Perez about a team that he used to play for, Procom. That was EuroLeague in
Triple
Poland.
Sopat. Yeah. That's where I played.
His coach went to another team, and then he looked out. So,
okay,
yeah, but
if we on inside the locker room and you see Joel Jones on the scouting report, Michael, what says next to Joel Jones Camacho?
This is a good question.
What does it say?
Yes, on the scouting report.
It say relentless. It say keep him off the fucking boards and keep him and don't get your nuts put on your neck off of a putback. Because Joel would come out of fucking nowhere, bro.
Yeah, he always going to the opposite boards.
And he crashed the ball so hard. I remember when Joe was he was young though, like when he was just a spry little spring chicken where everything he did was athletic. Like everything he did. Like his warm up was athletic. Everything he did, like it was a dunk. It was him and Orlando Melendez in warm ups like a fucking dunk contest. Yeah. Like, and I used to watch him. When we practiced. I was like, this motherfucker is just jumping, and I could jump. Like I thought I had hops.
Yeah, you got
this dude, but he had the physique that I always wanted. Like I wish I was his size. Like I wish I was his size.
I wish I was the same size Michael Watson, man. That shit.
Oh my god, bro. Hey, that's why I tell like Joe, and then that's what he said when he got dangerous. Joe got dangerous when he started to be able to shoot. When he got confidence in his shot, that's when it was because he would raise up and shit. You can't block it. It's a wrap. So that would definitely be the scout report for him. Don't get dunked on, motherfucker.
Okay, Joel, on Mike's scouting report, what does it say?
First of all, I was hoping I would be kind of happy my name wasn't next to his matchup.
You wanted to guard FIFO.
Yeah, I don't have to just focus on playing defense. It was like when you pass half court, like it can go up anytime. So I remember 2004. I remember it's funny, Mike. We played against you guys at Humacao, and I remember we were talking for a while. I think you were saying something about the league and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you go play, and you were playing Cassidy. I'm a hustler.
Yeah.
I remember a lot, but that day, that was that day, Guayito, when Floyd told Gary Joe not to come back.
Oh, I don't remember that, but I didn't know it was in Humacao. Was it Humacao?
It was in Humacao, yeah, because he had like turnovers in that game. But I was like, man, like,
wow, man, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I remember playing Mike at Carolina, and he was just like, I remember like hanging out with you and you and Ismail, just like it wasn't cocky, it was just confidence. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this, and tomorrow I'll drop 20. But we're out here, we're chilling, and certain confidence he had, and I'm like, man, that dude, whoever got to guard him, it's a long night. But I remember not saying I didn't want to guard you, but I'm like, man, this dude can do anything at any time. So, but scouting report would be like, pure score, shoot from deep, got range, get to the basket, do a little everything. But it was like, at that time, it was like he's all gonna go for himself. That's what I remember Floyd told me that, and that's what you said about getting ready for the draft, and it just all made sense.
Hell yeah! I had no. I was there for one reason only, to get ready for the draft, and that's what I told him, because I didn't even want to play. I didn't even want to go to Puerto Rico in 2004. I wanted to just work out and stay in the States and work out. And my agent Keith Glass had a Puerto Rico. Ralph was my Puerto Rican agent. Keith Glass was my pro agent overseas and shit. And he was like, he made me go to Puerto Rico. He's like, you got to stay sharp. You got to stay in basketball shape, not just workout shape, which was great. You know what I mean? But he was like, you got to go play. And I was like, I don't want to go play. I want to, just work out. He made me go play that.
That's what he wanted.
That's what he wanted, right?
Yo, when I'm watching the games again from 2007 or 2006 that I played with Mike, and he gets in the game, even the announcers, they says that ball is going up. And hey, as soon as he walk in the game, they're like, oh, you know what Michael Watson is here for? And I'm like, damn, if you got that green light from the announcers, like everybody knows what you're gonna do. Like that's the green light ever.
Microndo. That's right.
Microonda.
I'll be like, that's me then. I'm the microwave, baby. That's me.
Hey, but you were, right?
You said what?
You were in Slam. I think that I seen you somewhere. I did Slam.
Yeah.
You were Slam.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh shit, that's the same dude. Yeah. I remember that.
Oh, I didn't know you were in Slam magazine.
Yeah, actually, because I was number 3 as a sophomore in scoring, and I was number 1 and 2 back and forth with Henry Domocrant my junior year for leading the nation in scoring he was from St. Peter's, I think.
Okay.
I think he was from St. Peter's. But yeah. Yep,
so you led the league in 2002 or was it 2004? in the nation?
03.
03?
03.
Okay, I was out. Yeah, I was out. 03. And who was second?
Yeah, did you that? Peters. Dude name no, not St. Peters.
Mikael
Henry
Peters?
Dominic. No. And then dude in my conference named Mike Helms, who's number 4. He went to Oakland. He was in my conference. We had 2 dudes in the same conference in the mid-con.
Was it close?
5 in the nation.
The final?
Yeah, but like 0.3 points. Yeah.
So I know what happened in the last game. Yo.
Oh, for sure. You got dang right. we used to call each other and be like, yo, how many, it's back then, like, yo, how many you had last night? You know, if you don't see it, how many you had? Like, I had like 38. I was like, well, shit, I gotta have 40 then tomorrow. Like, that's how we used to talk back and forth. My guy named Mike Hill.
Yo, which was the best spot to hang out after a game, and who will you go with?
Come on, man, that's easy. That's easy. For me, it was 2 J's and Ismael Cotto. That was my A.
I thought you was gonna say Bravo, man.
Oh no, not Bravo. Bravo's that's for the rich and famous. We was at 2. I took my mama to 2 J's, bro.
Whoa.
I took my mother to 2 J's, and we hung out, and she hung out with Jerome. They was, man, I'm talking about like all night long, about 3, 4 in the morning. Went to Pizza City, everything. 2 J's was the first spot I went to go out, and because I live right across the street from it. That's the first spot that I went to, man. I just I love going to 2 J's, bro. It's like I look forward to. Bravo was like, that's when we got a little bit of money in our pocket. So we start, everybody started going to
Bravo is Santurce.
Yeah, Carolina 2 J's.
Joel.
2 J's, my rookie year, I was with Kane Jones. Rest in peace. Kane Jones.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Good dude, man. I remember hitting a shot in round robin from half court or beyond half court, and him and Jerome gave me like $500 extra because I guess a bonus they had. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
They looked out. Yeah. So I sent that to my mom. I sent half of it to my mom. I tricked it off.
Yeah, you said no. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, you didn't give it
half of it to my mom. Yeah. It was noble at first. It sounded good at
first. Kenyon and who else I used to hang out with? Shit, I didn't hang out with you that much 2002. A little bit sometimes.
I remember night times. That's what I thought you was gonna say. Night times. Remember night times?
I remember the name, but where was that at?
That was in front of Clemente in the Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Next to the gas station.
That's when you had that's
that was 04. That was like 04, 03, 04.
04. I remember lasers though.
Ooh, lasers. I'm about to say lasers. Yeah, lasers was my second.
Yo, the last time
before Bravo.
The last time I went to lasers, it was Bimbo in Carolina and Lee Benson. They were all playing Carolina, and we all walked in at the same time. And I felt like, I'm like, what the hell is going on here, man? I never went to laser. Like, I didn't like laser that much. And the only time I went, it was Lee Benson and Bimbo. They had like a little cage. Remember that shit? They had like a little cage.
Yeah. Hey, me and Ismael, we went everywhere in Puerto Rico. Like every club or any bar or any.
I'm gonna mention one to see if you really went over there. What was the late night spot next to Oyster? Remember that shit? That is like it's like downstairs. I don't think you went there.
And I just heard zombies go there, so I was like, yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah, that one.
I'm known for going there.
It was next to Oyster. Remember Oyster? You remember Oyster? Right?
I remember Oyster.
Okay, next to it, there was a spot that I remember the 2 days.
The after hours, like it was like 6 in the morning. Yeah, I went there. Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah,
but the DJ was the same DJ as 2 J's. It's the same DJ.
I used to walk up and the sun would be out. And the sun would be out, bro. Like I remember that. Like that's how hard we used to kick it, bro. We used to come to the sun literally was up, and we were on the beach like at 7 o'clock in the morning. Like what the hell? We've been up all night and gotta go to practice like at 6 that afternoon. We just sleep the whole day. But you're 22 years old. Like what else you gonna do?
Getting paid.
getting paid, bro. Like, oh my gosh. I told you I had dreams about that. Like I wake up, I'll be in my dreams like, man, I'm in Puerto Rico. Like I just like, Ismail, he played for Cuomo. He didn't care who he played for. If he played anybody in the metro area, he was driving to the metro area to stay with me, like on Isla Verde. He didn't care. Like he's like, yo, I come home, he at the house. He's like, yo, just leave the door unlocked, bro. I'm gonna be there.
Yo, what do y'all miss the most? What do y'all miss the most about playing in the BSN?
Go ahead, Mike.
Man, I miss the competition. I think for me, it's just the competition of you know, every night you're gonna play a top guard. You know, that was big for me. Like wanting to play against the best every time out on the floor. So I definitely missed the competition. I missed just being on the island, period, though. Like, because, you know, when we live in the States, like, that was 6 months of just a vacation for us. You get to play and get paid, you know what I mean? And so I just miss being there, having that competition, you know, especially being in Santurce. Santurce was ran the right way as an organization, so it was first class. So just definitely that competition, man, that brotherhood, just seeing each other every day. You know, seeing each other grow up, seeing each other's kids grow up. So just definitely miss that.
I would say preparation for the season, and then that feeling when, you know, season comes around and you just feel good, like you feel confident about what you did, and you're gelling and you're on your game, like just kind of feeling like you just prepared and confident, and then going against certain people, playing against certain arenas, and just putting together like 3-4 games in a row that you just balling, and then just getting your confidence up. And then kind of, you know, you kind of miss the adversity where you have a bad game. You thinking about it now, back against the wall, you're like, I gotta really, that shit that happened back then makes who you are now. And
for sure,
basketball's easy. Well, that was tough. Now it's easy. Like life is easy right now. You know. Like, you know, like Guayito, like, you know, you're in a tough situation, or you're not playing anymore, or, you know, Mike, same thing. We all been there, because, you know, we didn't ever make millions in the BSN. Yeah. So it's like, all right, so what are you gonna do now? You know, what are you gonna do after basketball? And it's kind of like, all right, let me figure this out. Let me sit down, you know, and write some things out and figure out what I'm gonna do with my life, and what I'm gonna do for my family, provide income and everything like that. So those times during basketball where you have to prepare and you know, just getting ready mentally for a game, it just makes it easy for life. So I would say just the preparation part of it that helped me get prepared for life.
And which fan base do you miss the most?
Uh-oh, Joe.
I know you will. I know what you're gonna say. So
for me, it's definitely Santurce. It's like it's not even a question for me. It's Santurce. I still talk to fans from Santurce. Literally,
I was gonna ask you that. Like, I remember you have a fan base, like, because Santurce wasn't known for a fan base when we played there. But I remember there were like 5 or 6 young girls and kids, and they were all with mics.
All the time, bro. All the time, bro. I still talk to them. I've seen them. That's what I'm talking about. I've seen them grow up. I've seen them get married. I've seen them have kids. Like, and they were like 15 years old. You know what I mean? 14, 16. Like now they're 29, 30 years old with families. And one is a highway patrol officer down there in Puerto Rico. Like, it's just like crazy. Like, so it's definitely Santurce. And I'm telling you, like, when I didn't know where I was going in Puerto Rico, like I'll be like, yo, where am I supposed to be? Blah blah blah. I could call one of my fans, and they would literally come get me wherever I was and take me there. Because I didn't know how to get to the practice. We practiced back in what's it called? Lomita. I used to get lost going to Lomita all the time, dog. And finally, I had one of the home.
That was our home court.
Right, Lomita, hey, bro. And so it's just stuff like experiences like that, man. Because Joe, you know, you played in Europe too. And it's like that in Europe, where Europe it's you go to a country and you don't know nothing. You don't know the language. You don't know nobody. Like, I used to be in the grocery store, like, what the hell is that? Or I didn't have no idea. You know what I mean? Like, I had no idea. So in Puerto Rico, it was different because then they kind of embraced you. You know what I mean? Embraced me. It was like, okay, he's one of us. You know what I mean? And I learned a lot too. You know, I learned a lot about, you know, the slaves in Puerto Rico and Loíza. I could go to Loíza and just hang out. and eat out there on the beach and just learn from people and stuff like that, man. So for me, it was the whole experience of my family. You know, my grandmother had passed away, so she never saw me play in Puerto Rico, but she was the reason I was there. So for me, it was just the family experience and being able to take my family to Puerto Rico to see where grandma and, you know, was raised down in Luquillo. Remember that rap I made?
Yeah, I know. I remember Luquillo.
Oh, man.
Go ahead.
For sure, I had a good experience at a lot of places. I had a lot of love by Mo at first, and then I got traded. Ponce was good. I had my family's from Ponce, so that was cool. Quebradillas for 4 years. Then Guayama was cool.
Man, I forgot you played in Guayama, man.
1 year, yeah, 1 year.
Los Brujos.
Yeah, 2013, right?
Yeah, 2013. I had a good year too. I had a good year. I was. That's when Bachman first came.
Yeah, with Gregory, right? He was the point guard.
Greg. No. That was year. Juan Coronado was point.
Yeah.
But I would say easily, you know, after that, you know, stuff like that. But easily, Quebradillas is like, I feel like I'm adopted by that town. My wife is from there, and my father-in-law is a huge fan. You know, Quebradillas fans are different. They embrace you, and like we went in December, and it was just like nothing ever, you know, and skip a beat. So I can say I always go back to Quebradillas, and just that whole area. I can go to Camuy, I can go to Adillo, I can go to Bella, Aguadilla, that whole area. Like I used to be. I had a Denali, I had a Yukon, and I had, you know, the summer for shit. I used to just drive around, no shirt, acting like I was like a fucking star. I mean, back in the day, it's like, you know, we were young, we were just feeling ourselves, and like just friendly with everybody. And then, you know, the fans, they felt that you were open. And that's the same thing like what you were saying, Mike. You just talk to people. We're pretty social people, warm people. So I connected with Quebradillas fans the most. So I can go there and always feel the love.
Yo, I remember one time we went by Bayamon. It was like, I don't know if it was a hurricane or a power outbreak. Is that outbreak? Is that how you call it? Power outbreak or something?
Outage.
Hurricane.
It was a hurricane? I have no idea. Like, I don't remember. But I remember Joel calling me. I was in my apartment. He's like, yo, like, I don't know if his lights went out or something. He's like, yo, I ain't got shit to do. What are we going to do? And I'm like, yo, come to the apartment or whatever. And I moved to Bayamon, like, you know, as soon as I finished college, I bought a house or an apartment in Bayamon. That was my first move. I wanted to live by myself. So I remember Joel coming to the apartment, and we would just go wherever, man. We go to Piñones.
Piñones.
Yeah, man. That was my next question. What kind of food do you miss the most?
Oh God, man, shoot! I don't eat meat no more. I haven't eaten meat in 3 years.
What?
3 years.
What?
That's what's up.
3 years. But I haven't eaten meat in 3 years, man. But I used to love going to Piñones. I used to love. I miss just the rice and beans, bro. I miss like just the authentic pigeon peas and rice. I miss it, bro. I miss the camarones con. Oh my God, bro! Like whenever I run into like my Puerto Rican peoples, like I make them make me some rice and peas and pigeon beans. Like I make it like with some camarones, like. And it was this place we used to go to, and they used to have the bowl, and they used to have the shrimp inside the rice bowl. Levy's.
Like, Levy's. Levy's.
Oh my God, bro. Hey, tractor trailer, bro. Hey, rest in peace, bro. We went to Levy's damn near after every game in Santurce. Like we stayed at Levy's Steakhouse.
Yeah,
bro.
Levy's
Like,
at that's 18th Street. That was
man. I miss it.
Yes, that one I think it is.
Yes, That's it, bro. Oh, you take the highway down, make that left. You right there, boy.
So that's the spot you miss the most, Levy's.
Oh, for sure.
Go ahead.
I would remember the spot, and Pancho used to go to the spot. I used to eat there for free. A dude named Tonio. It was All Star Cafe in Bayamon or something like that. It was
All Star.
It was something. But he used to make this. I used to be in the kitchen. I used to be chilling. I don't have to. I was in the kitchen. And he actually gave me the recipe for his skirt steak, the churrasco. So it's like a mojo, right?
Mojito, yeah.
Yeah, so I seasoned the meat, and then I, fresh garlic and all that shit. So frito, all that shit. And then I used to just massage the meat, let that shit sit. I still do that shit. We getting old. We gotta watch our sodium and shit. But I would say it was Boom Cafe. Boom.
Oh, Boom! Wow, man! Holy shit! You went back. Boom Cafe, yeah.
2015, and
that's next to Plaza del Sol, right? Like going to Plaza.
To Rio Hondo.
I remember. Yo, I haven't heard Boom Cafe like in 20 years, man.
I went there one time to show my wife with the kids, and I was like, that shit was shut down. I said, man, fuck this, man. What the fuck? Like,
they were one day from DR, like they were Dominican, no?
Yep, they were Dominican.
Yeah.
What was that spot? What was that spot we used to go to, Guayito, like after we won the championship, that restaurant?
Oh, El Mesón.
El Mesón. I used to like that place. We'd get them fries before we started eating.
El Mesón.
Yeah, I used to like that spot too.
Yo, what was the biggest shot you made in your career in Puerto Rico? If there's one. It doesn't have to be a buzzer beater. It can be a game-changing shot or something. Or a play or something.
Mine would probably be, what the craziest half? I'll say the craziest half I ever had was when I played for Arecibo and we played Santur State the first half. And I had like 20, that one. I had like 22. Yeah, and like in the first half, like I just went off against y'all. Like I was so pissed that he didn't re-sign me. I think the biggest shot was probably it was in the finals, and it was in the finals against Arecibo. And I think Larry got into foul trouble, or Bebe, one of them got into foul trouble. That's the only reason I got into the goddamn game. One of them got into foul trouble, and I came off and I had like a quick 8 points. Like that was like the biggest because we were losing the game. I had like a quick 8 points, and as quick as I got in the game, as quick as I set my ass back down on that bitch. That had to be the biggest fight, for me.
Good.
Stretch, my rookie year, you were there in Maya West.
Yeah.
Round robin, we were literally losing it. Like everybody thought we was gonna lose, and our coach shakes Floyd's hand like, "Hey, good game," and they just throw me the game in garbage time. We were down by like 12 or 13 or some shit like that. I hit 2 threes. I get a bucket, a jumper or something like that, fast break, something like that, and then me and Puruco on the free throw line. And he's talking shit to me, and I'm like, "Fuck you!" Like I don't know, like I know who you are, and everybody's scared of you, but I'm not scared of you.
Yeah, we ain't that cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't cool. Yeah. That's why you can go home and you lost this game. I'm like, and somebody at the free throw line and they miss a free throw, and
it was Elmer Garcia, the one who shot the free throw.
Goes to the line again, and then we were down 2.
Go down 2.
And he misses the first one. And then everybody starts like, oh. And I'm looking at Puruco. I'm like, watch, I'm about to hit. That's crazy. I don't know what the fuck happened. I told him about to hit the shot. So all he needed to do was hit one shot to go up. We're down by 3. He missed the second one. I got it so high for the rebound. I get up. I take like 2 dribbles to my left, and I just let that bitch go. Hit the glass. Game time. Done.
He was a rookie.
Rookie though. I had like last 11 points of the game or something like that. But
yeah, we went to the semis after that.
Yeah, that got us.
That was in the round robin.
That's when Jerome and Kenya gave me that bonus. So that little bonus.
I remember that game because it was like the last game of the round robin, and whoever won from Maya West or Bayamon, us. It was going to be going against Arecibo in the semifinals. And I remember I was sitting on the bench because we had Edgar Padilla. He was the starting point guard. And I remember he turned the ball over with like 5 seconds. And everybody's head went down like, oh, man, we lost or whatever. And I remember we fouled Elmer Garcia. And whenever he missed the first one, he looked and started asking the coach if he would like, you want me to make it or miss it? And because they were gonna go up 3, and if he misses, it was like 2 seconds, man. If he misses,
crazy, Mike.
We'll get the rebound and we'll just shoot a prayer. And that's what happened. Like, he missed it. No, this is the thing. The thing is, they took, like 2 people like be rebounding. They just called them out. They were like, yo, let's get out. Like, we don't want nobody rebounding. Let him shoot. So Joel got the rebound with nobody else around him and made that shit. Yo, when he banged that shit, I remember we all ran to the locker room and we were all jumping the fence. They had like a little fence or like something, and we all jumped that shit. And Miguel Mercado was a coach. And before Joel made that free throw, like he said, he was shaking Flores' hand. Like, yo, good game and good luck in the semifinals or whatever.
What?
He made that shit. And when Joel made that bucket, man, the locker room went crazy, man.
So that was for game, or was that?
That was game. That was game, man. That was game.
Oh, wow.
That was the craziest ending I ever been, other than Larry Ayuso hitting a game-time 3 in 2012 in Liga Las Americas, yo. He got that shit from the other side of the court. We were down 3 against Dominican Republic, and he made it like all net from the other side. Like, that was the craziest ending. But Joel's one was for the semifinals, and there was no video, there's no evidence. Like, I know because I was there, but there's no evidence of it.
I had a good half, a good game. It was a decisive game in Bayamon, 2009 for the finals, and I was just in the zone. There's like a little highlight video they have out there, and I'm looking at myself. I'm like, yeah, that finals, I was just like, I was doing everything. I was taking people off the dribble, shooting 3.
That was your peak.
Yeah, I was like, man. And then 2010, I started off real good, and actually had a pretty good year. But that 2009-2010 season, everything came together. But one of those games in the finals, I was just in the zone. But yeah.
Hey, before we leave, if you have to say, if you want to talk to somebody or thank somebody, your family or whoever, man, in like 1 minute, or if you want to say something to the kids or something, like whatever you went through, and what can you say, Mike?
Hey, man, I just want to thank, first of all, my grandmother, Rosa Marie Fuentes from Luquillo, Puerto Rico. I'd like to thank, man, Butch Lee for just, reaching out and allowing me to come play. My head coach, Coach Rick Zavosic at UMKC back then, and Jay Byland, really instrumental in researching, because my grandfather was in the Army, so I had to go through the Army and all that stuff and get all that requirements to even play down there, man. So even to have that experience started with those people, man. I like to, Angela Medina, you know what I mean, with Santurce, for having that confidence in me to bring me on and really showing me a great side. My agent, Ralph Menard, down there, just a great man. First of all, he's just a great man, and that's what I just appreciate about him. And with my teammates, man, Tractor Trailer, rest in peace. You know what I mean? To my guy, my big bro. And then, like I tell people, one of the greatest players I ever played with and against was your brother, man, Guayito. And so just be able to be down there with those legends, man, and with you, Guayito, man, like you're a great man, bro, and I just appreciate what you're doing now. You know, and it's crazy how our paths are the same when we're coaching the next generation and giving back the gifts that were given to us. So, keep going, man. I want us to have a reunion, man, of that 07 team somehow, to get down there, you know what I mean, and just celebrate that championship. I do, man. I do.
Two days, man.
Hey, somewhere, bro, somewhere, man. But that's it, man. I appreciate it. I definitely value my time down there, and I miss it.
Shit, definitely. My mom passed away in 2013. She was from Ponce, so playing for Ponce was a big deal. All my family members down there, Valle Torre, that's like near Los Cabos.
Yeah.
That's down there. So this is my whole family in De La Playa también, de Ponce. I'm Ponce for supporting me throughout those years. Flor for giving me an opportunity. Him, it really didn't have an option because Frank was hurt. So
yeah. It happens, man. It happens.
Yeah. Flor, but definitely when I first got to Ponce, it was Mundi. Believed in me. And then after that, it was Sam Worthen. So Sam was like the only coach in Puerto Rico that ever just let me go. Like, and it meant a lot to me, and it kept my value up because that year I was just killing, and I had a big contract at that time, and then it allowed other people to see the value of me just because of what he did for me. My people in Cabrillas, my in-laws, they're amazing. They've been my parents since my parents passed away. My wife, Jose Perez for giving me the opportunity to play, for believing in me, to get my first contract. For fellow Rivera for setting that contract for me. He laughing.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, fellow for looking out. Jose Perez, who else? Just all the kids in Puerto Rico, like, there's a lot of negativity out there, man. And I mean, I say, like, you gotta ignore a lot of that bullshit that goes on. It's like, you live in Puerto Rico, you gotta remember it's an old colony. So, people out there are meant to be small-minded and not have ambitions. So, like, just ignore a lot of that bullshit and just grind and just, get out there and go to the States and play ball and just work on your game. You're seeing a little bit more of that. But you definitely got those fake ass trainers there now.
We do, but
I talked to the side today, and he's starting his own academy. So that's good. Real players, like yourself, while you're teaching the game. But yeah, man, I just love the country, man. And it was always a dream of mine to go back to Puerto Rico, and I never knew there was a league. So I got the best of both worlds in basketball. And having time in Puerto Rico, and just all the people I met, people, playing against guys like you, Mike, and just, keeping me on my toes, like, oh shit, man, like, this dude can shoot, I gotta get my shit tight like his, and just shit to just push you as a man, as a player, you know what I'm saying? But I'm grateful, man. I'm just happy to be alive to this, like right now, and just be able to all the information I got as a player poured into these kids now. So just grateful for life.
Well, for me, I know Joel since day one, since he came to Puerto Rico, and I played with Mike. We won championships or a championship together. So I'm happy to have you both here. Happy to do the first podcast in English. I don't know if Mike had that Spanish on him.
It'd have been bad, boy. It'd have been real bad.
That Loquillo Spanish.
Loquillo Spanish.
But
my bad, White. For you and Eddie Rivera for just that, my whole rookie year, just putting me on game for like everybody. Give me a scout report when I was on the bench. Just put me on game, man. Take me places. I didn't know shit. Honest. I had my first double date. I'm telling you, why he tried to put me on one. I'm like, good looking.
Back in the day, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I appreciate that.
Man. That was life.
Why did you put me on? He looked out. So thanks for the dime, man.
But no, like I was saying, man, thank you for being here, and you're like brothers to me, and we'll keep in touch, man. Thanks for being here.
For sure, appreciate it, bro. Good to see you, JoJo.
You too, man. Yep.
Be safe, man.
All right. Take care.
Yep.
All right.